Memorial Day has always been a time to honor the men and women that died defending our freedom, but some 60 years ago, in 1959, the idea came about to also test man and machine in NASCAR's longest race of every season, the Coca-Cola 600. What started under the name the World 600 has gone down as both a test of man and machine, and the war of attrition, 400 laps around the Charlotte Motor Speedway, has always tested the greatest drivers in the sport. So today, here on KEMMO on YouTube, we're going to take a look at the 40 drivers that will be starting in the 60th running of the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And because this is 600 miles of remembrance, we will also take note of the fallen soldiers that they will be carrying along their cars. Let's take a look at your TV schedule. On Sunday, May 26, 2019 at 6 p.m., you can catch the 60th running of the Coca-Cola 600 on Fox. Now let's take a look at your entry list of full 40-car field, and below the driver's name, you will note the name of the fallen soldier that the team is honoring. Driving the 00 Starcom Fiber Salute Chevy Camaro ZL1, carrying Corporal Kyle Richard Schneider, will be the driver out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Landon Castle. Then for Chip Ganassi Racing in the number 1 gear wrench Chevy Camaro ZL1, your 2004 NASCAR Cup Series champion with General Timothy J. Maude aboard will be Kurt Busch. Driving for SEAL Joseph Clark Schwelder in his number 2 Miller Lite Stars and Stripes Ford Mustang GT, the driver out of Rochester Hills, Michigan, Brad Keselowski, who is still winless in this race, and he would love nothing more than on this Memorial Day weekend to carry that American flag to victory lane. Then for Richard Childress Racing in the number 3 Coke Zero Chevy Camaro ZL1, carrying Chad Wilkinson, will be Austin Dillon, your 2017 winner of this race. And in the number 4 Mobile One Ford Mustang GT for Stewart HAAS Racing, with First Class Sergeant Brian Allen Hoover, will be the driver out of Bakersfield, California, Kevin Harvick, your 2014 Cup Series champion. For ROUSH FENWAY Racing in the number 6 Oscar Mayer Hot Dogs Ford Mustang GT, with James Michael Nolan on board, will be the Rocket Man Ryan Newman. And the rookie out of Richard Childress Racing in the number 8 Beechcraft Chevy Camaro ZL1, making his first start in the 600-mile race with SEAL Kyle J. Milliken on board, it's Daniel Hemrick. Then for Hendrick Motorsports in the number 9 Napa Auto Parts Chevy Camaro ZL1, the driver out of Dawsonville, Georgia, with Bradley W. Marshall, Chase Elliott. For Stewart HAAS Racing in his number 10 Smithfield Patriotic Ford Mustang GT, with John Patrick Bartone on board, it's the driver out of Tampa, Florida, Eric Almirola. And piloting the number 11 FedEx Express Toyota Camry XSE for Joe Gibbs Racing, with Sarah Mitchell out of the Navy on board, the driver out of Virginia, Denny Hamlin. Then for Team Penske in the number 12 Dex Imaging Ford Mustang GT, with specialist Alexander Rosa Jr. on board, it's second-generation driver Ryan Blaney. And for Germain Racing in the number 13 Geico Chevy Camaro ZL1, with Robert Hughes Steele riding aboard his windshield, it's the driver out of Welcome, North Carolina, Ty Dillon. For Stewart HAAS Racing in his number 14 Pete Antifreeze Ford Mustang GT, carrying Master Sergeant Gary Ivan Gordon, will be the driver out of Emporia, Kansas, Clint Boyer. Then for Premium Motorsports, with a brand new sponsor on his number 15 Cross Country Logistics Chevy Camaro ZL1, with Keith Matt Moppin on board, the melon farmer out of Florida, Ross Chastain. For ROUSH FENWAY Racing, their second entry in the number 17 Fastenal Salutes Ford Mustang GT, with John Graziano riding aboard, it's the driver out of Olive Branch, Mississippi, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And for Joe Gibbs Racing in his number 18 M&M Red, White, and Blue Toyota Camry XSE, last year he led 377 out of 400 laps on way to his first Charlotte win, with Sergeant Dale Russell Griffin riding on his windshield, Kyle Busch. Then for Joe Gibbs Racing in the number 19 Tracker ATV Boat Salutes Toyota Camry XSE, your 2016 winner of this race, who dominated, leading 392 out of 400 laps, with Nicholas N. Knoll riding aboard his windshield, Martin Truex Jr. And the third Joe Gibbs Racing car in the number 20 Reese's Main Street Bistro Toyota Camry XSE, with Corporal Richard Ellis Eckert on his windshield, it's the driver out of Byron, Michigan, Eric Jones. For the Wood Brothers in the number 21 Menards Knopf Insulation Ford Mustang GT, with David E. Hickman on his windshield, will be driver Paul Menard. And in the Team Penske number 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford Mustang GT, running the paint scheme that will match the number 2 car in the IndyCar Series of Joseph Newgarden, with James Wallace Tessinger on his windshield, will be the driver out of Middletown, Connecticut, Joey Logano. Then in the number 24, Liberty University Chevy Camaro Z01 for Hendrick Motorsports with Captain Mark Webber on his windshield will be William Byron. And for Premium Motorsports in his number 27 VIP Racing Experience Chevy Camaro Z01 with Jerome C. Bell Jr., Reed Sorensen. For Go Fast Racing in the number 32, Superior Logistics Incorporated salutes Ford Mustang GT with Alex Conrad on the windshield will be driver Corey LaJoy. And then for Front Row Motorsports in the number 34, Love's Travel Stops Ford Mustang GT with Jonathan Farmer, Michael McDowell. His rookie teammate in the number 36, Surface Sunscreen Ford Mustang GT, making his first start in the race with Joshua Zach Beal, will be rookie Matt Tiff. And out of Prosper, Texas in the number 37, Kroger Chevy Camaro Z01 for JTG Daugherty Racing with David Moore on the windshield will be Chris Buescher. Then for Front Row Motorsports in his number 38 Select Blinds Ford Mustang GT with William G. Taylor aboard his car, its driver David Reagan. And out of Monterrey, Mexico for Stewart HAAS Racing in the number 41 Coca-Cola Ford Mustang GT with Randall David Schuhart on his windshield will be driver Daniel Suarez. Then out of Elk Grove, California, $1 million richer after winning the All-Star race last Saturday night in the number 42 Credit One Bank Chevy Camaro Z01 with Jeanette Lee winners on the windshield will be Young Money Kyle Larson. Then for Richard Petty Motorsports in the brand new number 43 Coca-Cola Orange Vanilla Chevy Camaro Z01 with Dylan J. Elchin on his windshield will be Darrell Wallace Jr. And piloting the number 47 Kroger Chevy Camaro Z01, the most patriotic car in the field every week, the modified driver now making the longest start of his career with William Jeffries on his windshield will be driver Ryan Preece. Then in the number 48 Ally Chevy Camaro Z01 with Richard Michael Dolan on his windshield will be the 4-time winner of this race and 7-time NASCAR champion Jimmy Johnson. For Rick Ware Racing in the number 51 Jacob Company Chevy Camaro Z01 with Sergeant Lee C. Wilson on his windshield will be driver Cody Ware. Then driving the number 52 Chevy Camaro Z01 for Rick Ware Racing with James Allen Slape on his windshield, driver Bailey Curry. And in the third Rick Ware Racing car, the number 53 Enlisted 9 Fight Company Chevy Camaro Z01, the car modeled after the Tuskegee Airman with Corporal William O'Brien on his windshield, BJ McLeod. For MBM Motorsports in the number 66 Toyota Camry XSE with Lieutenant Colonel Timothy D. Howardtown will be driver Joey Gase out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And then for Spire Motorsports in the number 77 NASCAR Mobile Chevy Camaro Z01 with Lieutenant Banty L. Hall will be driver Quinn Hoff. Piloting the number 88 Nationwide Salute Chevy Camaro Z01 for SEAL John T. Thomason JT will be Alex Bowman. The driver out of Tucson, Arizona has finished second in the past 3 Cup Series points races. He's going to be looking for his first career win. And for Levine Family Racing in the number 95 Procore Toyota Camry XSE with Daniel A. Densons Jr. on his windshield will be driver Matt DiBenedetto. And rounding out the field in the Gaunt Brothers Racing, number 96 Toyota Camry XSE, making only his second start in this race with Lance Corporal Andrew F. Whitaker on his car, driver Parker Klingerman. Here are your race stats. Is a 1.5-mile speedway, 400 laps for 600 miles of the distance. All 4 stages in this race will be 100 laps apiece, and your defending race winner is Kyle Busch in the 18 team. Don't forget to catch the 2019 Coca-Cola 600 Sunday, May 26th on Fox at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you guys so much for watching this Cup Series race preview video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more NASCAR content like this, and follow me on Twitter at KEMMO Cup Series. This has been KEMMO on YouTube, and we'll see you in the next video.